Hello, my name is Muhammed Karaoğlan, and this is the assignment 5, and I'm gonna talk about the Renaissance and the scientific revolutions. The Renaissance began with the conquer of the Constantinople by the Mehmed II. With the fall of the Constantinople, Greek scholars escaped to the west, and they brought west the ability of translating the west text to the Latin language, which the education language of the West. In that age, at the end of the Middle Ages, with the beginning of the Renaissance, the Europe was facing with a couple of problems, like the famine of 1315 and 1317, the Hundred Years' War between 1337 and 1453, the bubonic plague that killed the majority of the people during the same period. The resulting financial collapse slowed down the development considerably. In those years, England's population dropped 2.2 million from 3.7 million because of these problems. And with these problems, the feudal system collapsed and the traders in cities gained power. And with the Martin Luther's Reformation, individual thought and capitalism enterprise received even more encouragement. With the death of many people in Europe by the plague and the other things, this much smaller population had to find new ways to fulfill the missing people's place. They used mechanical devices and more trade to cover these people's place. And the new atmosphere encouraged the development of the art, science, and technology. States recognized the importance of technology for defense and trade and encouraged technological developments, and kings engaged engineers to improve their fortifications and weapons. With these encouragements, the period of exploration has started. The countries like Portuguese, Spain, Netherlands, and England revealed new civilizations in Africa and America, but the exploration of the America and Africa was not good for the native people of Africa and America, because they used their manpower, they used their natural sources, and by 1603, the English philosopher and the scientist Francis Bacon had characterized the new century as an age distinguished by the opening of the world by navigation and commerce and the further discovery of knowledge. But if it's barely possible to date the beginning of the Renaissance, it is almost impossible to say that when the Renaissance ended. The scientific revolution begins with the publication of Copernicus' heliocentric theory and Vesalius's anatomy in 1543. Both the Catholic and the Protestant Church opposed to the Copernicus theory, and the Catholic Church banned his books. Much later, Church lifted its ban and the publication of works that defended the Copernican system. Throughout the period, mathematicians introduced various symbols and conventions, including the plus, minus, and time signs, letters for constants and variables, and raised numerals for exponents. Together, this symbolism greatly simplified the communication of mathematical ideas. The new expressions gained acceptance. They made mathematics an almost universal language. The earliest known assembly lines and industries based on interchangeable parts appeared. Patent laws to protect inventions and the stock market, eventually a major means for financing technology, began. And of course, printed books became the means to spread technological developments. Several of the devices that would make mechanical calculators and machines with close tolerance of all kinds possible were invented during this period. Measurements was greatly improved, not only of length with the Vernier scale and the micrometer, but also of other qualities such as heat, humidity, and air pressure. Galileo discovered Jupiter's four moons and Saturn's rings on January 7th, but he didn't understand that was the ring of Saturn. And he also discovered that the moon has geographical features like those of Earth. Galileo drove the Saturn like a ball with handlers, but 3 years later the handlers were gone. Galileo asked, has Saturn perhaps devoured his own children? But by 1616 the planet once again showed its old triple-shaped. Using a better telescope, Christian Huygens was able in 1656 to write an anagram announcing that the Saturn has a ring. However, as he assumed that the ring is a single and solid structure. Lastly, most interesting part for me was the Renaissance was started by the Turks, but Turks didn't affected by the Renaissance as much as Westerns did. I am not sure how I will use these informations on my career, but general knowledge can be needed at any point in life.